The wings down, down. The wings down, down.
Buongiorno! We just finished this week's episode of Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Win.
Now, normally we're the type to read the manga first, but this time around we wanted that golden experience.
So subscribe and tune in every week for our reactions. This week was episode 27, King Crimson vs. Metallica.
Oh, and it was a smackdown, alright? Lots of blood, lots of battling.
I love how they did not move at all. It was still in the same exact spot.
True.
It
was hard to take steps at a certain point. Right?
Yeah, like a leg was lost, a lot of blood, a lot of blood.
Oh my god, like I've been missing I remember hearing like some murmurs online about like, oh, they're probably gonna edit these episodes, like, or something. Yeah. They did lots of blood. Oh, lots of uncomfortable skin.
Did you forget that we're dealing with gang stars here? There's no edits allowed in this season.
And I appreciate that, because this was like, as much as I like the whole like flirting with guns and like just straight up murking people and a bunch of stuff like that, I like that we got some bizarre torture-esque like brutalities, very very typical of like classic JoJo, where, you know, very much, you know, he always did something on the mouth or the face, you know, it's horrifying.
Yeah.
It's very shock and awe, like back when he was starting in the 80s, he always
we're at least not like, we're getting like, so like the scene where he like pulls the scissors out, I'm like, okay, like maybe you cut around that, but we're not getting that just bad. We're just gonna black that section out. We don't know what that is. Like
they didn't know how to work with it, right?
There it is.
Yeah, but they got the angles feel good, and I think they really liked to flex on a lot of the animation, some of these tight scenes here. Like,
this
even
was
just
different
some
animation.
It was tighter, or if anything.
Yeah.
That one scene with the ground pound, like with the King
Him trying to like grab the knives and stuff.
Which, speaking of, let's just talk into that. Like, Doppio has a reduced stand, so every boss we seem to get a different take on what a stand can do, and so I think Doppio, having been bequeathed an arm and like the tiny head is really interesting, right?
Yeah. So it's indicative of, and I mean, of course, like this episode was, again, the first one where we got it, we were really confused. We were like, okay, so he's inside, but now we're starting, again, very understanding, and a stand battle, great way to sort of like comprehend like what is happening. Doppio has a part of the stand when he's in this form, but that is the boss. Like, this is Doppio is the boss.
And they hammered down that it's Doppio, the boss, are split personalities, and then King Crimson is separate. I know we'd been kind of rolling on the theory that like maybe King Crimson is the boss and Doppio is kind of a puppet.
They both can use the stand, although it appears to be owned by the boss.
Correct.
The whole point of Doppio is he's the perfect shield. Like he is, I don't even know I'm the boss. That's how I'm able to hide so perfectly. And we thought that, like the normal JoJo fanatics we are, we're like, oh, there's something more. Like, let's dig more.
This is a sentient stand.
No, it's just a cloaking mechanism, much like Metallica's bullshit invisibility.
Excuse me, I think that is super cool.
You mean Magneto Risotto?
I guess, like he definitely just was like, no, I want all the powers. Like, let's just.
Which is cool. I know we talked about, we didn't give a shit about Risotto and all of these like flashaways we've been getting all the way up until now. I kind of wish they weren't in there, because getting Risotto just stepping out and being a really cool character all in kind of 2 episodes, basically, made me have mad respect for this Crow knockoff motherfucker.
Exactly. And with the eyes and everything, I thought he was going to be a throwaway villain, but like, no, he definitely, he's done now. He had his part, but definitely nailed it.
It's interesting, too, because they gave Doppio in this episode, they gave him that JoJo kind of like, I know that 3 steps ahead and I was able to defeat you because...
I'm going to turn the tables.
Exactly. Yeah. But they also gave Risotto a lot of that kind of Kakuin, I'm catching on to what your stand is, like I'm this close.
Which is why I have mad respect for Risotto.
Risotto was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's really cool because like when we first met Risotto, he just seemed like kind of no face, like...
Flat,
whatever, like whatever's happening, sure. But then this episode, you really see him like focus and like... see what Doppio's doing and be like, well, I'm going to catch up on you. I'm going to, like, catch you.
Him trying to, like, catch his own breath. Him talking about his career as an assassin. I know the other assassins kind of mention it, but we talked
Pineapple Head, 2 years, never killed
anybody. But one of the things that's interesting is, you remember the scene where Tiny Feet killed that one politician with the car,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, but that was added in by David Production. So, like, I'm sure a lot of these assassins didn't feel as much like assassins in the actual manga. They're told that way. It's
Right.
like, oh no, this guy's a killer. He's trying to kill you. This guy's a killer.
I guess
Risotto felt like an assassin.
No, he
100%.
is an assassin.
Him being by himself, I think, helped a lot.
Yeah.
He had a much edgier, more grotesque power.
Right.
But I think putting him in all those flashbacks, if they were added in by David Productions as well, I think they just didn't have anything to do with him other than like, well, I guess we'll use Risotto as some, exposition, and I think that really did a disservice to the character.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, it's like, well, is he the mastermind or is he the leader?
But also,
I
like, who
got
cares
that.
what he's doing? Like,
Exactly. No, and that is the thing that I like the best, the ambiguity there, right? Like that he's at the same time he is like, oh well, I guess I'm the best assassin or the leader, but also I'm the one who started this crusade.
Yeah,
and then he's at the end there, he's smiling. He's like, I can't wait to chop your head off. I've been wanting to do this.
Yeah, he gets that kill boner at the end there.
Yeah,
Like,
it really kind of like...
What's going on here?
That
So
blew me away.
But then he got blown away. So
Yeah,
I
I did not see that coming.
Poor stupid Narancia.
Okay, can we say that Narancia, out of the entire group, is the only one who took out half the... Oh my
yeah,
god.
He's the real assassin. Let's
He's
be
a
real.
monster. Well, I mean, there is that one statement at the very start, the first when he's fighting Tiny Feet about Narancia. They're like, yeah, I don't think he could lose. Like, what is? I don't think who says that. I think it's Fugo actually, who's like, I just can't imagine anyone beating Narancia. Like, he's got a flying gun. Like,
Yeah.
he's not.
Aerosmith.
He's a problem. But yeah, no, I love the interplay with no oxygen, and then he's not on. They've been harping on that oxygen carbon dioxide like sonar.
Yeah. This is the oxygen carbon dioxide season. Huh?
Yeah, he's like, wait, how much can I work this? And then he was so excited about the blood.
He
and the
ripped that
iron.
one page out of the encyclopedia. Like,
And
Copy,
he's-
paste.
Exactly, and it's been working. Yeah, and this is where we left off at the end of the episode. Obviously, they're gonna. So, what do we think's gonna happen? Right? Is the boss gonna hide, or is he gonna try to integrate with the group?
Right, that's the thing,
I
right?
feel like he's gonna edit all this to make it seem like Doppio never here.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna try and go to the team and kind of join up. Because Trish is still there and the boss wants...
I don't know.
Trish.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boss
Like,
with Abaki.
because Abaki is the real threat.
The problem.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
as far as the situation is right now, if the boss could just remove Abakio from the team, he's pretty set.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's the thing. This is Jojo, right? So, like we were saying, the last episode, we meet Doppio, who's the boss, who immediately meets Metallica and the crew at the place. It's
At the
all
same time.
It's all happening because
Yeah.
it's explosive. And so he's gonna come head to head with the boys immediately. That's
Some boys are gonna start
happen.
I
dying
think
next
he's gonna
couple
have
episodes.
to.
Yes. So what will happen? That's the thing, because we've already seen he didn't get his ass handed to him, but he's working on a handicap, right? Like,
Well, but that's the thing, right? Like, I was thinking the same thing, right? We have the boss fight seemingly really early and not against any of the main crew.
Yeah.
But he fought as a crippled version of, like, what the boss is, right? It was Doppio with half a stand.
right.
So we still have room for, like, a grandiose, Dio showdown over
Right.
Egypt to happen.
Yeah, but I think he's got to get in there first. So I'm thinking they're going to up the tension a little bit by having him integrate. I really feel that'd be really cool if he integrates into the crew, kills one of
Abakio
them.
would not
I
have
think-
that.
Oh, yeah, I know. Like I knew it. Like,
He's like, I don't need another newbie.
exactly, but we'll see.
But yeah, we'll see. What do you guys think's going to happen? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to come back next week for our next reaction, and we will catch you next time.
眠れない闇